The Stephen A. Smith Show. Before I get on out of here, I had to talk about a story that's very, very important. And albeit indirectly,
Stephen A. Smith just dropped a massive update that effectively reshapes the entire hierarchy of women's basketball. According to his latest reports, Caitlin Clark has not only secured her future spot on Team USA, but she has also won the battle for the number 22 jersey. You might think that's just a minor uniform detail, but you'd be wrong. In professional sports, especially inside the ego-driven locker room of Team USA, this is a full-blown power shift. Stephen A. Smith has been vocal about the disrespect Clark has faced since day one. This confirmation signals that the decision-makers have finally surrendered to the undeniable reality that this is Caitlin Clark's world, and everyone else is just living in it. Giving her number 22 sends a direct message to the old guard and the veterans who tried to haze her out, that their time is fading. To understand the weight of this moment, you have to go back to the 2024 Olympics, when Clark was famously snubbed. Coaches and selection committees defended it as a basketball decision, but Stephen A. Smith called it what he believed it was: jealousy and gatekeeping. They wanted her to wait her turn and pay her dues. But ratings dipped without her, and the conversation stalled. Now they're scrambling to correct the mistake. Giving her number 22 feels like an apology, an olive branch, but more than that, it's an admission that Caitlin Clark's marketing power outweighs the seniority of everyone else on that roster combined. This is going to create serious waves because number 22 is worn by Aya Wilson in the WNBA. While international numbers can differ, the branding connection is undeniable. For Clark to walk into a locker room filled with MVPs and champions and reclaim her college number is a bold move we haven't seen since Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. It sends a clear message: she's not just participating, she's the main attraction. Stephen A. Smith stressed that this isn't only about a jersey. It's about leverage. Caitlin Clark has more leverage than any rookie in the sport's history. She has the Nike deal. She has the Gatorade deal, and she has millions of fans who tune in because of her. The WNBA and Team USA understand that if they didn't meet her expectations, she had options, whether that meant stepping away, focusing on the new unrivaled league, or even playing 3-on-3. Their financial model would take a hit. The confirmation of number 22 signals that the business side of basketball has finally overpowered the petty side. We also have to address veterans like Diana Taurasi and Cheryl Swoops, who have been publicly critical of Clark. This news can't sit easily with them. Taurasi once warned that reality is coming for Clark, suggesting she would struggle. Instead, Clark broke the assist record and packed every arena she entered. Watching her now receive the symbolic keys to Team USA must feel like a definitive generational shift. Stephen A. Smith has relentlessly highlighted this dynamic, calling out those who avoided mentioning Clark's name or offered backhanded praise. He even pointed to what he described as mean girl energy within the league. This jersey confirmation serves as the antidote. It establishes Clark as the alpha and sets the stage for a compelling Olympic cycle ahead. How will the locker room respond? You have gold medalists and decade-long veterans, and now the golden child walks in, claiming both the spotlight and the number. Stephen A. Smith predicts tension, but he also believes winning solves everything. If Clark is delivering assists and elevating players like Aya Wilson and Breanna Stewart, resentment will fade. Still, the symbolism remains powerful. Number 22 represents the new era: logo threes, faster pace, and massive commercial impact. By wearing it, Clark effectively brands Team USA as her team. This aligns with what Stephen A. Smith has argued all along: you don't hide your biggest star, you put her front and center. The 2024 snub was a marketing misstep that likely cost millions in exposure and revenue. They won't repeat it. Executives at USA Basketball likely examined the numbers and realized they were sitting on a gold mine they refused to tap. So they adjusted. They gave her the number. They gave her the status. And now they're hoping she leads them to dominance in 2028. Of course, this move adds immense pressure on Clark. But she has shown repeatedly that pressure fuels her. Since her Iowa days, she has carried the sports spotlight without cracking. If anything, scrutiny sharpens her edge. Stephen A. Smith noted her killer instinct rivals the all-time greats, and securing number 22 reflects that mindset. She knows her value. She knows that without her, the league isn't filling larger arenas or commanding prime attention. She changed the game, and expects to be treated accordingly. The emergence of the unrivaled league, founded by Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, also plays a significant role. With promises of higher salaries and equity stakes, it presents a real alternative. If the WNBA and Team USA hadn't elevated Clark's status, she had leverage. She could have taken the winter off or committed to a league built around maximizing her brand. That competitive threat forced the establishment's hand. As Stephen A. Smith emphasized, in business, you never let your competitor claim your most valuable asset. And right now, Caitlin Clark is the most valuable asset in women's sport. The confirmation of the jersey number feels like a contract renewal that says, "We value you, and we're building around you." It's also a message to the coaching staff. Cheryl Reeve, who coached the 2024 team, appeared visibly frustrated by constant Clark questions during the Olympics. It's hard to imagine that stance continuing if she wants to stay aligned with the future. Or perhaps we see a coaching shift toward someone who fully embraces the modern game. The offense has to revolve around Clark's shooting and passing. You don't park a Ferrari in the garage, and you don't stick Caitlin Clark in the corner. You give her the ball, and you give her number 22. This news will send shockwaves through the fanbase. Clark supporters will see it as total vindication. For months, they argued she was being blackballed and mishandled. Now they have visible proof that they were right. Expect the Team USA number 22 jersey to become the highest-selling jersey in record time once it drops. That's the financial impact Stephen A. Smith keeps emphasizing. This isn't just about points per game, it's about revenue. The WNBA is a business, and for years it struggled financially. Caitlin Clark helped turn it into a profitable enterprise. Veterans may not like it, but they're benefiting from the checks her popularity helps generate. That's the blunt truth Stephen A. Smith delivers. He respects the legends, but he respects the marketplace more. And the market has chosen Caitlin Clark. The controversy around number 22 is layered because of jersey traditions in international basketball. While rules have loosened and players can choose from a broader range of numbers, there's still an internal hierarchy. Typically, senior players or captains get priority over rookies. For Clark to secure her preferred number over players with multiple gold medals breaks every unwritten locker room rule. But that's the point. Caitlin Clark breaks rules. She stretches shooting range norms. She shatters viewership records. And now she's disrupting seniority customs. That's why Stephen A. Smith labels her a revolutionary. Revolutions aren't led by asking permission. They're led by claiming what's yours. And she just claimed number 22. The reaction from players like Angel Reese will also be closely watched. Their rivalry fuels engagement, but this move elevates Clark to another level. She's now positioned as the face of the nation, not just a franchise. It separates her from the rest of her draft class. While others are enjoying strong rookie seasons, Clark is being framed as the future of the international program. The narrative shifts from "will she make the team?" to "can she lead them to gold?" Stephen A. Smith believes she can. He argues her style is even better suited for international play, where spacing and perimeter shooting are emphasized. The physicality of the WNBA presented challenges, but the global game aligns perfectly with her skill set. Giving her number 22 isn't only symbolic, it's strategic. It signals a philosophical shift. The old method of slowing the pace and pounding the ball inside is fading. Pace and space is the direction now. That's a frightening development for the rest of the world. Teams like France and Australia sensed vulnerability in 2024. But with Clark orchestrating the offense, the separation widens again. Her range stretches defenses out to 35 feet, opening driving lanes for elite finishers. It creates constant tactical pressure. Stephen A. Smith described her as the ultimate weapon, one Team USA left home last time but won't overlook again. This confirmation ends the speculation and launches the build-up toward Los Angeles 2028. The promotional engine is already warming up. You'll see Clark in number 22 across commercials, highlight reels, and global campaigns. This becomes the new identity of USA basketball. Those who said she wasn't ready, that she needed more strength, or that she was one-dimensional are now forced to reconsider. Stephen A. Smith has been unwavering in defending her, even when critics questioned his credibility. He trusted what he saw, a generational talent facing resistance from an old establishment. And he believed talent would ultimately prevail. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't temporary, it's foundational. Number 22 becomes its symbol. As time moves forward, expect more reports about roster construction. Who complements her? Who gets edged out? Those debates will dominate headlines. But one constant appears locked in: Clark in 22. Players returning from overseas will have to adjust to a shifted power structure. The league they left isn't the same one they're returning to. The dynamic has changed. It's Clark's league now. And Team USA is being shaped in her image. Stephen A. Smith has made that clear. The era of waiting your turn is fading. The era of capitalizing on star power is here. And no one drives that economy like Caitlin Clark. That's why this jersey confirmation feels like the biggest story of the year. It marks a decisive generational transition. For some, it's uncomfortable. For fans craving elite basketball, it's thrilling. Caitlin Clark wearing number 22 represents showtime, momentum, and history unfolding in real time. And Stephen A. Smith just made it clear that it's officially happening. So grab your popcorn. The show is starting, and the star has taken center stage. The criticism from voices like Cheryl Swoops now feels even more minor in hindsight. Swoops tried to downplay Clark's impact, questioning whether she would dominate right away and casting doubt on her records. Parts of the WNBA fan base echoed that sentiment, frustrated by the attention Clark received. But Stephen A. Smith pushed back by pointing to the numbers. Clark leading the league in assists as a rookie and breaking the rookie scoring record. The number 22 jersey now feels like the final scoreboard in that debate. It signals that USA basketball values Clark's production over outside criticism. It validates her not just as a marketing force, but as a basketball savant. The leverage surrounding the unrivaled league can't be ignored. With 3-on-3 basketball growing in popularity and holding Olympic status, there was legitimate concern that Clark could pivot formats if she felt overlooked by the 5-on-5 decision-makers. Securing her with number 22 protects Team USA's most valuable asset. It's as much a defensive strategy as it is an offensive one. They're protecting the shield. Stephen A. Smith also emphasized the cultural shift Clark has created. She's brought in young girls, families, and casual fans who never tuned into a WNBA game before. Those fans aren't invested in league politics or tenure debate. They care about number 22. They want the logo 3s. By giving her that number, Team USA is aligning with its audience, something it failed to do in 2024. The disconnect between product and consumer was obvious. This move closes that gap. It's smart business and smart basketball. The wild card remains Aya Wilson's response. Wilson is widely considered the best player in the world, a multi-time MVP and dominant defender. If she embraces Clark and this new dynamic, the pairing could be unstoppable. If tension surfaces, it could complicate things. But Stephen A. Smith believes Wilson's competitive nature will prevail. Clark makes winning easier. What began as the super team era in the WNBA is evolving into a super team version of Team USA, with Clark as the engine. Number 22 becomes the fuel. The coaching staff now faces a delicate balancing act. Managing elite talent and strong personalities requires leadership. It takes confidence to make tough calls involving veterans like Diana Taurasi or to restructure the offense around a rising star. Clark's confirmed status simplifies things because you build around the best talent, but it also intensifies scrutiny. Every substitution and play call will be evaluated through the lens of whether it maximizes Clark's impact. Stephen A. Smith has positioned himself as a key defender of her legacy, and this report strengthens that role. The narrative he's pushed is gaining traction. Notice the silence from many former critics. What argument remains? The statistics support her case. The wins are tangible. The moment feels decisive. Caitlin Clark stands at center stage wearing number 22, and the debate appears settled. The merchandising side adds another layer. Nike has likely prepared for this moment with campaigns, apparel, and global promotions ready to launch. Any delay in confirming her status costs time and revenue. Now the opportunity opens fully. The Clark 22 branding could reach a visibility level comparable to iconic numbers like Lionel Messi's 10 or LeBron James' 23. That's the scale of exposure being discussed. It transcends women's basketball and edges into global sports culture. Stephen A. Smith recognizes that broader picture. He sees this as a defining moment when the WNBA shifts from niche perception to mainstream force, driven by the player from Iowa wearing 22. The pressure is immense, but so is the talent. The confirmation acts as a green light. It's go time. Speculation about who informed Stephen A. Smith of the development continues, whether it was representation, corporate partners, or insiders aiming to control the narrative. Whoever it was understood the timing. Establishing the story publicly makes it difficult to reverse. Strategic communication matters as much as on-court performance. Clark's camp appears to be executing flawlessly in that arena. In modern sports, controlling headlines often controls opportunities. Clark now holds both. She has the spotlight, the platform, and the number. The trifecta is complete. What remains is competition. And based on her track record, those games will command attention. Stephen A. Smith will be watching. The basketball world will be watching. Caitlin Clark will be ready. Number 22 represents more than fabric stitched onto a jersey. It symbolizes arrival. A journey delayed by politics but validated by performance. The earlier omission only intensified the narrative, building anticipation and amplifying her rise. What once felt like a setback became a catalyst. The arc feels complete. She returns with the prize, the number 22 jersey of the United States. Few honors carry greater weight. So let the debates quiet and let the games speak. The Caitlin Clark era is no longer theoretical. It's confirmed. And it promises to be unforgettable.